please sit it down. Yeah. Respected Chairman ISRO, Dr. Narayanan sir, Standard Directors, Mission Executives, employees of ISRO, and my dear print and media colleagues. Very good evening to all of you. It's a momentous occasion for all of us after witnessing a successful launch of our LVM-3 M5 launch vehicle, putting the CMA-03 satellite into precise orbit as intended. So on this auspicious occasion, I request our beloved Chairman, Dr. V. Narayanan, to address our print and media friends. Over to you, sir.
My dear media friends, very, very good evening to all of you. So it is a historical moment for the entire country. We have successfully accomplished a very, very important mission, the LVM-3 M5 launch vehicle, which is the Bahubali rocket of India, placing the heaviest satellite, a 4,410 kg communication satellite called CMS-03 satellite, in the geo-transfer orbit. And it was a very historical and proud moment. You know, the capability of this GSLV launcher is something around 4,000 kg to GTO, and for the first time we have lifted 4,410 kg to a elliptical orbit, that to a geo-transfer elliptical orbit. If you look at the performance of this vehicle, it has performed extremely well. And this is the 8th launch of the LVM-3 vehicle. All the launches of LVM-3 vehicle is successfully accomplished by ISRO. And we can say it is a 100% reliable vehicle. And the same vehicle is only earmarked for taking our Gaganyatri to space also. And if you look at the performance, within the specification, the satellite is injected. Right now, the satellite is totally healthy. All the propulsion system valves, isolation valves are opened, and the satellite is healthy. And we are going to take, by operating the propulsion system of the satellite to the required orbit. And this will enhance the communication capability of the country in a very, very big way. And first of all, let me thank each and every one of you for your wholehearted support of the entire ISRO program. And with that, let me congratulate the entire country and ISRO team for this very, very important accomplishment. Thank you. Now I will ask the vehicle director, rather the mission director, Mr. Victor Joseph, to brief. Before that, you all know all the key people of the team is here. We have got first the Victor Joseph, is the project director of the LVM-3 vehicle. We have got Mr. Mohan, the director of Liquid Propulsion System Center. We have got Rajarajan, the director of Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, just on my right side. And we have got E.S. Padmakumar, director of Satish Dhawan Space Center, on my left side. Then Mr. Chankaran, who is the director of U.R. Rao's Satellite Center, responsible for realizing the satellite. And we have got Mr. Nilesh Desai, responsible for director of the Space Application Center, responsible for delivering all the important key payloads. Then we have got the satellite project director from the URSC, Sri Rajendra Kumar. And of course, we have not brought all the leaders here. We have got all the key people like Ashir Pakiraj, Mr. Ganesh Pillai as the scientific secretary, and there are other key people who have contributed. You know, ISRO is a teamwork, and we have got under ISRO itself 7 centers and 6 units, and everybody is contributing in a big way. So those who are here is only a representative, so there are key people involved. So first let us hear the performance of the vehicle from the project director, Mr. Victor Joseph.
Good evening to all. As you all know, the LVM-3 is a launch vehicle which 2 years back lifted the Chandrayaan-3 to the required orbit, and which we have celebrated by the successful landing. Now after 2 years, this now the same vehicle now we have employed for this very important mission, CMS-03 mission, and later on it will be same vehicle will be used for the Gaganyaan also. And coming to this mission, it has been a flawless performance. All the propulsion stages and all the other systems, including control systems, the electronic systems, avionics, and all the auxiliary systems of the vehicle has performed well as per specifications, and the satellite CMS-03 as intended in the intended orbit within the specification, we are able to inject the satellite into the required orbit.
Now, coming to the performance, let me just make this announcement. See, our the perigee is the 170.2 is the nominal orbit. We have got something around 169.9 kilometer. Approach is 29,730 plus minus 3,700 kilometer. We have got within the specification on the lower bound 26,000 something around 26,700 kilometers. The 698 kilometer is the orbit. Within the specification, we have got the required thing. Now we have to operate the satellite propulsion system to take it to the required orbit. And now we will hear the satellite director, maybe one or two sentences about currently the health of the satellite. Then the floor is open for further discussion.
Yeah. Good evening. After the satellite separation, we have observed the health of the satellite. Everything is in normal condition, and in the coming days, we are going to have orbit raising operations to bring it to geostationary orbit. As such, the current mission update tells that the satellite is in a very good condition and ready for all the further operations. Thank you.
Thank you. So we are ready to take
No questions? Question answers? Yeah.
தமிழில் சொல்லியாச்சுன்னா சரி இது நம்மளுக்கு வந்து இந்த ராக்கெட்டில் வந்து the upper stage is the cryogenic stage, and till today we have placed in the orbit using this of course except the one mission that India OneWeb-1 and OneWeb-2 mission, we have placed multiple satellites but with small orbit dispersal. Now if you have to place the satellite in multiple orbits, what is required is the restart capability of the cryogenic upper stage. The PSLV we do multiple time, so similar capability, but then restart of cryogenic stage is not that easy. So here in this mission, what is done is a very, very important, bold decision ISRO took after carrying out a lot of fundamental R&D activities. The satellite was injected in the required orbit. After that, the cryogenic stage was reoriented, and almost after 100 seconds, we authorized for re-ignition of the thrust chamber, and which is successfully accomplished in the deep vacuum. In fact, we have carried out in the ground a couple of experiments, and for the first time, we have successfully carried out in the space. And this will enable us in future to restart the cryogenic stage, and so that we can place multiple satellites in different orbits. Suppose if you want to place two satellites, one in one orbit, another one in another orbit, what is required is you inject the satellite, stop the system and inject. Then of course you can restart and this one. Another thing is, even as part of the debris management also, if you want to push the cryogenic stage to some areas, there also this will be really helping. This is a very, very important experiment which is carried out, and further studies have to be done. We have to analyze the data, and this will help in a very big way for the future flexible mission management. Upcoming 7 launches. Now, say this finance year, we are having 5 more months. Today is 2nd November, and up to March 31st, we are targeting 7 launches. And the immediate launch is going to be again LVM-3 rocket launch, which is going to place a commercial communication satellite in the orbit. For that we are currently working. Then we have got 3 PSLV missions for placing a user-funded ES0 N1 satellite, and a NSIL customer satellite also we are going to place. Then a TDS, Technology Development Mission, is going to be accomplished. In fact, a satellite is being built, in which we have put lot of new technologies like electric propulsion, quantum technology, and so many development is taking place. R&D activities. So everything with that development, we have built building a satellite. So that satellite is going to be placed in orbit. Another a user-funded GASat 1A satellite is going to be accomplished with GSLV F-17 vehicle. Then, of course, you all know the space sector reform announced by the Government of India under the guidance of Honorable Prime Minister of India, and thereby we have transferred the 5 PSLV vehicles for production through the Indian industries. And the first rocket is almost ready, and we call it PSLV N1 rocket. That is going to be done by us before this finance year, somewhere January, February time frame. Dates are not yet decided. Then the very, very important mission, the Gaganyaan mission. Gaganyaan right now we are in the advanced stage of development, and before accomplishing the crewed Gaganyaan mission, we have to do 3 uncrewed missions, and we are working for the first uncrewed mission called G1 mission, and that is also going to be achieved before the end of the finance year. In fact, we are targeting maybe this year end, then we are working towards that target.
Satellite every month. But this year so far only 4 launches something happened.
I think you have asked a good question, and in fact, I want to tell, you told 1 satellite launch per year, Our Honorable Prime Minister, first of all, I have to thank him. Now he has given a guideline to launch 50 launches per year in next 5 years. Now, what is required is a couple of things has to be done. Today, we have got only 2 launch pads with us in Sriharikota, and two more launch pads are under construction. Now, we have got the approval for the 3rd launch pad. For that, the activity that is going to be established in Sriharikota, the activity is already initiated, but it will take, as per the project report, 4 more years. Another important launch pad is coming up in Kulasegarapattanam. That is the 2nd launch complex that is going to come, and that is, we are targeting to launch small satellite launch vehicles. Almost every 3 weeks, we are targeting one launch from there. And in addition to that, RSR launches are also planned. That means, say, number one, our resources has to be mobilized, and we are going to accomplish. Right now, as you are aware, in next 5 months, 7 more launches. It's not a simple job. It is a very, very tough job. But I am confident my team, ISRO, will accomplish this activity, because you can understand, there was a time, even when I joined in the organization, once in 3 years, 1 launch used to happen. Then once in a year, 1 launch. Now, if 7 launches means some launches has to take place, 2 launches in a month. And the team ISRO is geared up. But then I want to tell, towards the vision and mission of our Honorable Prime Minister of accomplishing 50 launches in next 5 years time frame, we are confident and we are working towards that.
Sir, about this rocket, so you have said the rocket capability is 4 tons, so you are able to expand its capacity, payload capacity by another 10%. So how challenging it was, and what were the modifications then, and how far you can go from 4.4 tons?
A very, very challenging thing. The couple of things you have done. To be frank, number one, in the cryogenic stage, for example, we have brought a couple of important changes. The thrust of the engine, we have changed from 19 ton to 19.3 ton, and that is one of the important change. Then, of course, a couple of telemetry systems we have optimized to some areas, and then every time we optimize the mass. For example, you have got a heat shield which is protecting the satellite. The heat shield, when we realized our first vehicle, the mass of the heat shield is meant for protecting the satellite against the thermal heat flux. And the first satellite, first vehicle when we realized, the mass of the heat shield was, the thermal protection system of the heat shield was 245 kg. This vehicle, we have put only 162 kg. And it is not just like that to put. It was thoroughly analyzed and we optimized and we have done. So one is heat shield improvement and thrust improvements, a couple of optimization of masses in other areas. One more thing I want to be very open and frank. The capability of the vehicle is 4,000 kg to GTO. GTO is 170 by 36,500. But here, because the 4,410 kg, we were targeting not 36,500, we were targeting only something around 30,000 only we targeted. That optimization was also done. So thereby, the customer user demand of 4,410 kg was meticulously done. And to do that, we have to do lot of simulation, optimization of trajectory, then everything has to be done. So thereby, I want to say that we could lift 4,410 kg satellite. But if you put this equivalent GTO payload will be something around 100 to 150 kg less only. Hope I communicate. Because we ourselves are targeted little lower orbit. So it is a mix of optimizing the trajectory and orbit and optimizing the thermal protection mass, improving the thrust of the engine of the C-25 engine, optimizing the mass of other system. With that, the mission was done. Otherwise, a 4,400 kg satellite cannot be, satellite corresponding to GTO cannot be lifted by this vehicle. So a lot of work has gone. It is not just like that this mission was done, and very systematically, meticulously, smart way, the mission was carried out, and we have accomplished this mission.
So thank you, sir. With this, we are concluding the session today. We will be concluding the press meet.
No, please wait. Any more questions? Maybe one or two questions we'll take, then we'll go for that. Yeah, maybe two more questions.
Sir, just one question. So what kind of, you said we have host of new technologies in the satellite. What kind of technologies are we carrying?
No, satellite, I can only say today, it is a very improved communication satellite for a user. And probably I will ask Mr. Chankaran to just throw some light, but we cannot discuss the entire aspects of the technology development. Some of the aspects, probably Mr. Chankaran and Nilesh Desai, they will just highlight. Nilesh, probably you can, yeah, please, Nilesh, one of you. No?
So as far as communication satellite related payloads are concerned, this is the most advanced payload we have ever developed with multi-band capability. So it has UHF band, S band, C band and KU band. So that is the first major thing. Then secondly, we have put digital processor for UHF band. So that is a precursor to, in future, all our satellites will have digital technology. So that will improve the overall payload carrying capability, not only of satellite, but overall vehicle also we can utilize in a most optimized way. Third is, in future, we are going to have SDR-based, totally reconfigurable satellite. So user itself can reconfigure it as per its requirement, like bandwidth or power, which it wants for specific operations. So that is other technology which we have demonstrated or going to demonstrate. And lastly, we have used various indigenous technologies. So till now we had been dependent on foreign countries for getting this technology. So instead of that, we are going ahead with our own technology, so that will make us more Atmanirbhar, as we call it. So these are the few features of payloads. Many more are there, but satellite related something.
See, this is a big satellite, heavy satellite, requires a big propulsion tank. Till now, these large propulsion tanks we were importing. This is the first time 1,200 liters propulsion tank has been made in India, qualified. First time it has flown in this mission. There is a collapsible helix array antenna, which is to service the UHF payload. Antenna, which will be like a spring coiled into a very small, compact this one. Once it goes to orbit, it will be deployed into a 3.5 meter long, big structure. So this also has been developed for the first time and qualified and being flown in this mission. And there is a UHF payload which our Nilesh mentioned. Till now, this much power, 100 watts power in UHF, we have not done it before. We have imported the amplifiers in the past. That amplifier has been now indigenized. For that, lot of other new elements, output multiplexer, high power multiplexer, that is a very challenging technology with a lot of effort that has been developed by our friends. And as Nilesh mentioned about other technologies like digital processors, is going to revolutionize future communication payloads in our satellites. A few of them I have listed, many more are there.
So last question. Yeah. Please. What is asking is, at the end of the cryo stage, some suspension, at the end of the cryo stage, there is some doubt was there in the minds of people. What is that he is asking?
No. Please wait.
Yeah.
Please wait. Let me clarify.
Yeah.
Generally, immediately after the end of the third stage, we clap and get up. You have observed. Today we are waiting because we have planned a experiment. After the satellite is injected, we have planned, satellite was injected, then we wanted to reorient the cryo stage, and after something around 120 seconds, we have targeted a restart the experiment. So we were all 2 minutes, we were all pin drop silence, we are waiting for that result to come. Probably you have misunderstood that why people were so silent. We wanted to get that experiment data to declare as a great success, first time success. For that we were waiting.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
One second. Yes, not here. Okay. No, they are outside. Hello. Outside, please.
Just wait, madam. Just wait.
One by one.
Okay, sir.
India today. India today. One by one, you keep it.
One by one. First Tamil channel. Tamil channel. Tamil channel.